Okay, we got this guy all cleaned out. The grossness is gone. So just look. Oh man, I accidentally left this flashlight in here. Didn't notice it until I went to turn off the lights in the shop. So anyway, we got all this guy cleaned out. It's a little rusty in there, but I'm not worried about it. It is not a big deal, because it is going to be all sealed off. So it used to use that to run the air through, but now it's only going to be used to run hoses through. So what am I doing is I looked on the interwebs and I found a YouTube channel, and I'm following along. This is Mr. Let's see, Clowney 1969, and he's done a really good job of doing an install on a, I think it's a Trans Am, a Camaro, which is basically the same thing as what we got going on. Sorry about the cord there. It's basically the same thing that we got going on in the Phoenix. Same firewall, same routing system, same air conditioning system as the F-body. So I don't know dimensionally if it's like longer, shorter, any of that stuff, but everything kind of looks the same as it did in the video, and that's why I ordered the kit for just can't get my light right. So for a 1970 to 81 Pontiac Firebird. So I figured that'll get me pretty close, and then if we have to make a few little bits and pieces to tie everything together, brackets, whatever, we got the capabilities to do that. So not a bad thing. There's Bob with her. So Bob, my wife has been pruning her garden and throwing the leaves down in front of the fan, and Bob has been eating, and he's just literally tired of eating. You're not hungry anymore, are you, Bob? And he got a bath yesterday. Look how good you look, Bob. Come here. Oh, you're peeing again? What did I tell you about peeing on the concrete? Go. Hey, you're not supposed to pee on the concrete. I'm trying to teach him not to pee or poop on the concrete, which is not working out well. But he got a bath yesterday. He can't walk when he's peeing. He's like frozen. And yeah, you look good, Bob. His mullet. I figure by next year that mullet's going to be killer. Show everybody your mullet, Bob. You got to give him the profile. Can you give him the side view? There you go. Nice. So yeah. So what I'm going to do is can't get the light right. Just watch the video. It's a little bit there. You know, he did a really good job. Obviously, I'm not going to document this whole thing because it would take forever, and he's done an excellent job. So if you're doing a vintage air install on something like this, I would definitely recommend going and watching it. I'd watch it all. You guys see the brand new what is this thing? It's a 4Runner. Cool thing about the 4Runners is they have a roll down back window. The bad thing about a 4Runner is it has a roll down back window, and it totally poured, and I forgot I had the window down, and the entire back of it just got saturated, so we had to wet dry vac out all that good stuff. Whoopee! And yeah, now we're running fans in there with cardboard trying to get the last of it out, so hopefully the car doesn't smell like mold and mildew for the next 2.5 years that I have to lease it. So yeah, we'll get started with this. I'm just gonna watch the video a little bit, do a little bit, watch the video a little bit, do a little bit, and I'll update you as we go along. So we're gonna get the condenser and the dryer and little tubes that bolt onto that thing stuck in the car. Now this is quickly apparent to me that this is different than the F-body. So the F-body, this guy has little mounts that go on either side, and then there's one in the center that kind of bolts up to this guy. In this car, this is all offset. There's a wall here that I'm gonna have to, like a little lip that I'm gonna have to cut off to make room for the condenser. The dryer, which I think sits in here, and then the radiator sits back behind this. So there is our intercooler and transmission cooler, and they're all in front of this this little wall here. Anyway, we got to figure out a way to mount this guy up against here and get the radiator to fit, blah, 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 blah. So I'm going to dig out the new radiator and see, well, I'm going to bolt the dryer and stuff on to this condenser, and then we're going to try to figure out what we got to do to make it fit. But not a knock on Vintage Air. They don't have anything, obviously, for a Phoenix, 1978 Phoenix. They don't even have anything for the Nova. I think it's a 4th gen. These guys are considered the 4th gen because no one buys them. Because let's face it, they're hideous, and who would want to own one except some retard? So they don't make that stuff. Maybe as they become as the older, cooler cars become more unattainable, that they'll think about doing something with these guys. It would be nice to just have a drop bolt right in, but I don't think it's going to be terribly complicated. I'm more worried about the vents and the vent pieces. But let's get this guy buttoned up. Let's go get the radiator, etc. Literally been eating for hours now. I think he's full. You're just greedy, huh, Bob? You're not even hungry anymore. He's gonna lay down soon. He is topped off. Huh, Bob? Working on cars is so predictable, right? Anything that's gonna go wrong is gonna go wrong. If you buy some shit that says it's gonna do X, Y, and Z, it's gonna do X, Y, but not Z. That's a guarantee. So here's our factory replacement. All aluminum radiator. So what a pain in the ass. The cool thing about this guy is that it is actually all aluminum, and even though there's some spots that I think I'm going to go back and retouch, you can kind of see where that pin hold when they came off, they should have added a drop of filler there, but it's significantly smaller. It's going to do a lot more cooling just because the water goes down one side, hits that tank, goes back, and that makes it like a double pass and cools it twice, generally twice as effectively, we'll see, for argument's sake. But my cool guy fan shroud that I got made with the little flappy flaps and the right fan and everything to fit the stock radiator is obviously not going to fit, so that's going to require stuff. But we'll do stuff. That's what we do. Yay. So I have cut out this little lip. There was a little, like, this was folded over, so I've cut this off. You can see where it's kind of shiny, and cut that whole thing off right there. So that gives me sideways clearance, and we got the radiator. It's kind of hard to see in here, I apologize, but we got the radiator kind of mocked up with the condenser, and we're not even close to anything near factory, so we're gonna have to make a bracket. So we're probably just gonna figure something out with some aluminum, just bend some aluminum tabs and kind of lift this guy up a little bit and off of the actual metal frame. I hammered it. You can't see, I've used the wiring loom to kind of loop the corner there, but what I did is I cleaned up the edge and I hammered out the bottom all along, actually all the way around, because it was kind of rolled over. So now it's rolled back in, so there's nothing, no sharp edges will actually be coming in contact with this condenser, but we should still get it up and off the metal So what we have to do is we're gonna have to, the tabs are backwards of what I need. So we're gonna have to do a little aluminum cutting, bending, folding, etc. And then we're gonna have to come up with a way to hang the dryer so that it will catch the bottom feed, come up, and then split the two transmission cooler lines going this way. So I'm probably gonna get out some cardboard and start cutting and see what we can do. Next on Monkey Fab, how to turn a 10-minute job into a 3-hour job. So yeah. All right, we got the condenser I need to make one more bracket, just a little tiny bracket. It's just to keep it from flopping around, so we're good. So the stock stuff, like I said before, no bueno. Well, for the Pontiac Firebird, no bueno. It didn't fit in here at all. And so what we did was we made this guy here out of cardboard, and then we just scanned it and cut it out in the plasma cutter, did the bend, and locked it in place. That pretty much locked everything in place. You see over here on this corner, I have a little piece of cardboard. We did that on both sides, and then we spaced everything out and then used the brackets to lock everything in that space. And you'll see one down, meow, where it's hard to see. Okay, yeah, one down there, and then we still have one in the top corner to make. But this guy, it's solid. It'd be fine to rock it like that, but you might as well do it right and do it all the way. So the next thing we got to do is figure out a way to mount the dryer, which needs to go over here somewhere. So again, we'll need to make another bracket. We might just make a bracket and weld it to that guy, and there we go. Or I might do something with like some P-clamps or something. But we'll figure something out. So once this guy gets mounted, which is a much larger job than I had anticipated, and of course I showed you the radiator is nowhere near the stock size radiator, which means we're going to have to cut the fan shroud down and re-weld it back on. Just fun stuff. So once we get the cooling stuff set up, then we will continue to laying out the hoses and the electrical for this guy. I thought we'd get it all done today, and sometimes it just doesn't go that way. So it's late. Gonna call it a night and pack it in, but that's where we're at. Don't have any encouraging words to say to anybody, but at least it's not a gajillion degrees outside. That's nice. And yeah, so if this wraps up the video, if this is a good wrapping up point, then hey, be sure to check out monkeyfabgarage.com for all your turbo system fabrication needs, turbochargers, intercooler, tubing, billet beads to lock your silicone couplers in place, silicone couplers, coupler clamps, all of that stuff is on, and it's probably the cheapest you're going to be able to find. At least the cheapest dependable stuff you're going to find, where you're not going to have to wait 6 months for it to show up. So yeah, go check out Monkey Fab Garage, and thanks for dropping in, checking out the channel. It's Mike Monkey Fab signing out.